Hey guys, today's November 24th. It's a beautiful Monday, and I got an interesting question from a student asking, how do you deal with normal people? And this student, he has a 9 to 6, and he has normal coworkers, and he talks with them and he deals with them. And he mentioned how sometimes those coworkers will say something stupid or say something he disagrees with, and he finds it very hard to let them get away with that. An example he gave was some of his coworkers say Trump is bad. And when they say this, he talks about, no, Trump's not bad, Trump's good, and he has a discussion with them. And in his own words, he tries to teach them a lesson. And if you're genuinely trying to get very, very good at influencing people for the better, if you genuinely want to actually change people's minds, I do want you to understand that giving advice, giving lessons, arguments, all of that, recommendations, it is all bad. It doesn't work how you think it is. If someone says Trump is good and you come in, or Trump is bad, and you come in and say, no, Trump is good because of this, I'm letting you know, you're probably not going to change his mind. In fact, he's probably going to think Trump is even worse, and he doesn't like you anymore. So he doesn't care what you have to say. It did the opposite of what you wanted. And this is because giving lessons, giving advice, and doing all these things, it makes you feel very good about yourself. It gives your ego a nice rub. It's like, this guy's an idiot and I'm a genius. Let me educate him. Let me enlighten him. This is what people always want to do. And people mistake this for actually making influential impact. If you truly wanted to influence someone that Trump is good, and you know that they think Trump's bad, you'd let them saying Trump is bad slide. You wouldn't mention it. You'd think nothing of it. He mentioned it, cool, we move on to the next subject. But what you'd end up doing for the next 3 months is every now and then, if there's some news of something very good Trump did, you'd mention it to the group. Did you guys see Trump just did this? It was really, really impressive. I never really liked Trump, but man, this is really good news. It looks like he's really making good progress. And you'd hit that once a week, once every 2 weeks. You'd hit it when the opportunity is there. And obviously, you'd only hit it around that person. And again, you notice that I said, usually I don't think Trump's that great. But you're on his side, and you can see, you're anti-Trump like him, but you can see that even Trump can do some good things. These type of wordings, these type of opportunities, this is what's going to enlighten him. And he's not going to think, this guy's genius, he's right and I'm wrong. No, he's just going to be like, interesting, Trump did something good. And you'll be surprised if that person only hears good things Trump did from you over the next 3 months and hears that once a week. You'll be surprised. His opinion on Trump might change. It actually has a chance. Influence is subtle. And if you're genuinely in the job, or if you genuinely take on the hobby, or you actually want to impact people for the better, you need to get rid of your ego and this need to be right. You actually need to get rid of this desire to be credited for changing their lives, for changing their mind. Because truthfully, if you really want to change people's minds, you need them to believe that they changed it themselves. If I'm around a fat person and they talk about how, I can't wait to get home and eat some pizzas and Dunkin' Donuts, I wouldn't necessarily jump in there. Not really. I wouldn't say, that's horrible for you. You're going to get diabetes. You're going to die and you're a fat fuck. It's not what I'd say. I'd say, okay, well, maybe next time I'm around, I'm going to mention how after this, I'm going to go to the gym. And maybe I'll invite him to go with me, right? Maybe I'm going to mention just some benefits of the gym. Maybe one day I'm going to talk randomly in a group and I'm going to talk to people and say, I just found out that they put this forever chemical that gives you super cancer in Dunkin' Donuts. Random example. They do this here. They do this in pizza. Pizza's horrible for you because of this. And again, that person, the target of my influence, the fat guy who goes home every day to eat Dunkin' Donuts and eat pizza, I'm trying to convince him that it's bad, but I don't want him to feel like I'm trying to convince him of anything. He forgot that I knew he goes home and eats pizza and donuts every day. He forgot that. He said that one day. No, I remembered it, and I'm going to try over the next 3 weeks to try and get that person to stop stuffing his face with pizzas and donuts because it's not good for him. It makes him feel like shit. He's destroying his life, and I want to make his life better. I want to change it. But you see how it's subtle. It's subtle. It has nothing to do with me being right and him being wrong. There's no combat. There's no arguments. There's no in the moment stuff. It's subtle sentences every now and then designed for a very, very specific goal of to help that person. You want to make it so that their mind changing feels like it's because of just them. You want them to have all the credit for it. You want them to be like, you know what? One day I realized that pizza's really bad for me. You don't want them to say, one day Luke told me pizza's really bad for them. No, you want them to get the credit for it. Yeah, one day he realized pizza's really bad for him. He didn't realize why or how, but he started realizing it, and he started looking up in his free time. Maybe he looks up secretly on his phone if what I'm saying is true. And he's like, wow, it is true. Pizza's really, really bad for me. Donuts are really, really bad for me. Guys, if you want to genuinely change people's lives for the better, you need to get rid of your ego. You need to get rid of this desire to be right. And you need to actually play the game to win. You really want to change people's lives? Cool, let's do it. I'm a big believer in it. I'm a big believer that every person around you, you should positively impact them. And that doesn't look like arguments. It doesn't look like giving them advice. It doesn't look like lectures. It looks like a small sentence here and there that you hit every now and then. You're with them every single day, every 2 or 3 days. You mention something good about how good blueberries taste. Maybe he's going to start eating blueberries now. Maybe you can talk about how you're obsessed with blueberries and they taste like candy. Boom. That might change his candy eating habits. He might buy some blueberries for the first time in his life. You might change his life with a simple sentence of, man, you know, I really love blueberries. I'm super addicted to them. They taste just like candy. You'll be amazed, guys, how much positive impact you can make with a sentence here and there. And also, you'd be amazed at how horrible giving advice is, doing lessons or lectures, teaching them a lesson, all these combative idea influence techniques, they're horrible. They're horrible at influencing people. You just need a sentence here and there. You want to be like gravity, unnoticed. No one realizes gravity is there, but it is. And instead of pulling them towards the ground like gravity, you want to pull them up. You want to pull their life in a positive direction. And truthfully, if you're doing your job right, they'll never even notice that you did it. You'll never get credit. You're just a nice guy they like to be around. And they will have no idea that you've been working your best to make it so he starts going to the gym, starts eating right, stops stuffing his face with stuff that's going to kill him, and that you just want him to be happy. He's not even going to notice. You're not going to get credit, but that's because you're actually trying to be effective. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this helps. And again, hopefully you guys take these techniques, because I'm telling you guys, I'm a big, big believer that you should try to make people around you lives better, because you'll be surprised how that ends up helping you out in the future as well. I'm telling you, if you make the world a brighter place, you'll be surprised when your life is very bright too. It just happens to be that way. Get good at this skill. Don't get in arguments. Don't give lessons. Don't give advice. They're very, very horrible persuasive tools. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this helps.